Well, hi guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry. So today, again, we're restoring furniture. And this dresser is gonna be a fun project. I did the end table that goes with this, and it came out fantastic. I believe I showed a picture of it in one of my videos. Anyways, this is not an expensive piece, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's in very good shape. This is a pine and then wicker. And so I'm going to gel stain this. Gel staining is an easy technique. You don't really have to strip it or sand it. Although I did sand the top of this because it had some water rings on it from, you know, glasses of water being set down on it and stuff like that. And then, so I'm going to gel stain it at Java. These are going to be darker, much darker than the wood itself, but I want a real rustic feel. I don't want perfection here. It allows the wood grain to show through, and so today I'm going to be using General Finishes Java Gel Stain. So I've got to get the hardware off, get these drawers out, which is pretty easy. These just pop right out, and then get your hardware off, and that's and then the bottom hardware on the legs I'll tape off so I keep everything clean, but super easy. And then I'm going to change my clothes before I get into that gel, and I'll show you what you should do and what the General Finishes looks like. It's really a fantastic product. I have a friend who they redid their whole kitchen and 2 bathrooms, and it came out phenomenal, and it was for under $50. So you can really make this go a long ways. Now, the gel stain is really going to take, it's going to take a lot on the wicker because the little cabinet I did before, it took a lot, but it'll still be worth it. And now this dresser will have a home for a while longer. So anyway, okay, now my first hardware, and I'm going to keep these all in one of the drawers. And in fact, you know, I don't have to take all the drawers out. I can go every other one on here because you can work with it like that if you want to. But we'll get the drawers out, the hardware off, get it taped off, and I'll bring you back after I change clothes. All right, guys, so now we're ready to start staining. And this is what I'm using. I'm using General Finishes Gel Stain. And it's thick. It's there's a little learning curve, so I would start either on the back of a piece until you get the hang of it, or on a small piece, or even a blank piece of wood that's got some detail, so you know how it goes on and what to expect. Okay, so you take your lid off, and you're going to want to stir it. Even though it's thick, all of the pigments are suspended and could settle, so you want to make sure you stir it, and you'll see that it kind of thins up a little bit, but it's still very thick, if you can see that. And this Java color is just a beautiful dark brown, and you can make it as dark or as light as you want. So and it'll allow the wood grain to come through. And I am planning to do my hutch with this because I can't replace a solid oak piece of furniture. So on the front where it's wicker, I'm going to go ahead, and I've got just an inexpensive brush that that you can throw away. You want a drop cloth down. You want any hardware that needs to be covered with painter's tape, and you're just going to go in here and stipple that into all the cracks and stuff. And I'm going to leave that portion really dark. I want that to contrast with the lighter pine trim. You're going to use a sponge brush. These are also less, I think they're like 30 cents a piece at Walmart. And you just go ahead, get that on, whoops, and be careful. If you've overloaded, you're going to have it leave the sponge, which it did, but thankfully I have a drop cloth down. That's why I change clothes. So, get that on, get it in any of the cracks that you see and around the trim. And then you really want to work to keep your area, kind of work fast. So we're going to go ahead and wipe off some of that excess. If you want to leave it in the The ridges, that's totally up to you, but go with the grain of the wood with a cloth. And I've seen people actually apply this with a old tube sock. And that would be a good way to go too, but we're gonna do it this way. This is how I did the little table, and that's how I wanna do this. So we're gonna keep this going, and I'm gonna get some t-shirt rags and have that available for wiping so it doesn't leave so much grain in there. And again, you're just gonna go in here, stipple, stipple, stipple. And the transformation you're gonna see in this piece of furniture is amazing. And for very little money, we'll see how much of the stain I actually end up using. A piece that was solid wood wouldn't use near as much stain, but because I'm stippling it into the wicker, it's gonna use quite a bit. And then after we're all done and it's dry, and you want to make sure you let this get good and dry, you're gonna put a top coat on it. And on the top of the table, I'll probably put 2 to 3 coats of top coat, and it's a gel top coat as well. Make sure and offload your sponge a little bit so you don't have mishaps, and get that all trimmed up. I'm gonna go ahead with the sides, and everywhere there's going to be something exposed is what you're going to go ahead and stain. I know a lot of people have been commenting that they're too scared to start a project like this, but I don't feel like you can mess it up. If you already were not in love with the piece of furniture, there's always a way to make it look better, and I just don't see where you can. Worst case scenario is you chalk paint it and change the color altogether, but I don't even see a need for that. So that's what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna get busy on the rest of these drawers and the actual dresser, and we'll bring you back when I've got the first coat on and it's all been wiped clean, and you can actually see some progress. All right, I'll be back. Okay, so my favorite part is finishing up the piece, and I'm ready to put the gel top coat, and this has a satin finish. It's not a high gloss, but yet it's a little bit shinier than some satin finishes, and I'm gonna coat the top because it's gonna get the most wear, probably 2 to 3 times. I've already done all the trim and around the drawers, so these drawers right here have all been done once, and they're nice and sticky. It takes 6 to 8 hours for these to dry. So they'll get a second coat as well. I needed to wait till my little grandbaby went down for a nap before I could finish this top. And it's easy to put on. You can see where you're at. And it's just going to bring this piece to life, and I'm so excited that I was able to make this into something I like, because I truly did not like this piece of furniture in the least. And my poor husband, he loves it. So he is so excited and loves this, what I've done with this. So that's as easy as it is. It does have a little bit of fumes to it, so you want to make sure you're in a well ventilated area. I've got my door cracked there and a window cracked so it can ventilate, and that was the other reason I wanted to wait till my grandbaby went down for his nap. So that's all there is to it. And if your brush sheds a little, get that off of there. You don't want that drying in the finish. So here, we've got a problem bristle. Okay, and you want to go in the grain, with the grain of the wood as much as possible. This is a very rustic piece, so I'm not concerned if it gets some brush marks in there. It won't show up in the end result. So now in between coats, you can lightly sand it with a very, very fine sandpaper and go ahead and put another coat down. the last piece I did with this, I did not do that, and it worked out just fine. So, a couple more coats, and this piece is ready to put back together and go back in its place. All right, guys, I hope this inspires you, and I'll leave you a end shot. Well, I'll bring you back and show you the end result when it's all done and all together and ready to be moved back in the other room. Okay, so here's a look at the top. Now, it'll that shine will go away as it dries. I'll let you see like the front here. I've done that. It's tacky because it's drying, but it doesn't have that high shine as it does when you first put it on. But the color is beautiful. I'm absolutely thrilled with the color. As you can see, oh, Strut is too. Oh, buddy. Those are a couple of the drawers. And there's one up there. And somebody asked me, why is there a Camp Chef in your family room? Well, I got that as a gift, and it has been raining and snowing ever since, and I don't want it outside in the snow and the rain, at least until I've been able to use it. So it's parked in here for now, but it'll be back on the back patio. All right, guys, I'll bring you back when we're all done. Well, guys, I am all done with the dresser. I've put the hardware back on, taken the tape off the legs, and put the drawers back in, and it is absolutely beautiful. I am so happy with the way this came out. The wicker's nice and dark. I did the top pretty dark comparing to the trim parts because I wanted to make sure that it covered up any discoloration from before, and my husband has promised to use a coaster if he puts anything that's going to sweat on here. But I'm going to also have, I'll probably put some kind of a cover to protect the top, and it just came out so nice. I really, really like it. So I hope this inspires you to maybe try your hand at refurnishing, or refurbishing, I should say, and refurnishing your house with your own furniture, basically. Sage, do you need a drink right now? Come here. So it's been a very fun project, and we've enjoyed it. My husband is thoroughly impressed, and I've got a couple other big projects. Number one is my hutch. I'm going to do it a real deep dark espresso brown, and this general finish lets the natural wood grain show through, so it will be stunning when it's done. All right, guys. So if you want to see that project, make sure and leave a comment in the comment section. Give me a thumbs up and share this on your Facebook page, because this is super easy. And now we've got a new piece, a new lease on life with this piece of furniture, and it couldn't have been easier. All right, guys. Love this product. And I'll leave a link in the Show More box below for the general finish products. All right.